ordered this chrome green window tint from Amazon. I can put a link in the description if you want that, because I've seen everybody online using like chrome tint and a Mountain Dew bottle or something, and I just kind of wanted to use this, and it is fairly see-through, but in all honesty, a real stormtrooper, these things are hard to see out of. I've already got one clone trooper that's fully tinted, and it's pretty tough to see out of, so this seems like a more reasonable green, and it's the right green, so maybe a little bit more see-through than I wanted it to be, but it's a pretty good green. And if I have to, if the 2,000 subscriber winner doesn't really like this green, then I can order some chrome and put that behind it, so it wouldn't be a hard fix. I cut out this template here. You can see I just put it up against the front of the helmet, and you can see where I traced. That's the inside line, and then I gave it a little bit, about 1.5 inches or something, you know, because for one, if your pen kind of moves while you're tracing around, you're not going to get an exact trace of the eye part. So, and you can see in there just how good it fits in. So giving that extra little bit helps. It gives it a little bit to stabilize itself, and it gives you a lot of area to hot glue and such. Definitely a good idea to trace it, get your shape, and then trace around it. And then I just cut that plastic piece out. I had a I had a certificate that had some just acrylic covering it. So I went and took the acrylic out and basically set this template right on top of it. Got the right shape in a square, and then with a X-Acto knife, just slowly cut it out. You basically, all you do, and you can see a part here where it's kind of messed up right there, all you do is you score it. So you take the razor blade and you go up and down it a few times. You don't cut all the way through, you just go up and down a few times. And then very carefully, with one finger on one side, the other finger right on the other, you just kind of break it all the way down. And if you do it slowly and you do it right, it won't bust. But if you do it wrong, you will get a broken piece, and you have to do it a few times. So doing it for a while, I kind of have it down now. Let's see. It's looking like it's about ready. We're just going to hot glue this in here. It's got my hot glue gun. Let's make sure that this baby is running. It is. I'm going to start just with these corners here. Get out of there. Oh, I didn't even have it on it. Let's try to pay attention. Alright, I'm going to basically just get the two corners just like that, and I'm going to get that corner up there. And then once I get that corner done, then I can push down this middle part. You can see how high up it is, and get it all laid out. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that and hold my camera at the same time, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn this off. I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. So the very last thing that we're going to do is the foam, and you can kind of see the design that I'm doing in this. This is the exact white foam that I put into the Iron Man suit that I have. It's really awesome foam, and I've got plenty of it. If you get enough from Amazon, buy enough big stuff from Amazon, you're going to have plenty of foam. And this is probably the most comfortable foam that I've gotten. I mean, it's awesome because it looks super thick, but you can see just how easy it squishes down. So it's real comfortable. Probably the most comfortable foam. It's almost like having pillows or something. If any of you guys remember, this is my left foot piece of foam for the Iron Man suit right here. It's made out of the exact same thing, and this is all I needed in the shoe to make it a lot more comfortable. So before I glue this down, I'm gonna go ahead and this is kind of how I want to do it. It's an easy way to do it. You've got a support in the front on the forehead, support on the sides, and then the top part just kind of runs up the middle into the back, and then your two pieces here. Instead of putting a thing around the whole thing, this is just a really easy way to do it. Sometimes you need a little bit more support in the back, sometimes you need a little bit more in the front, depends on how you want it to set. So I'm gonna, before I glue this in, I'm gonna just try this on how it is, see how it fits my head, how much I can push it down. Not only that, but how tight it stays onto my head, because that's another thing that foam actually helps with, is tightening it on your head. And this is a pretty big print. Like I said, this print took a roll and then some. So most helmets only take one roll. This took more than a roll. So you can see in here, you know, the blue, and then this is a different color here. And I think there's, yeah, a different color here. So, I mean, there's plenty of plastic in here. It's a huge piece. And without any padding, it goes all the way from, you know, it sets on my head and goes all the way to my shoulders. So I'm hoping that this sets it up off the shoulders just enough. And the cool thing is, this little back piece here is kind of like a little perfect stopper for that piece of foam. So I'm going to try this on real quick, see how it is, and then we're going to hot glue this stuff in here. Oh yeah, it definitely holds it off of my shoulders. You can see, I mean, I can really just kind of move around in here however I want. Nice helmet. Looks really cool out the green. This is the first time that I've tried it on. And yeah, you can see my nose through the front. You can also kind of put it back, just depending on how far your face is from it. So, I dig it. I really do. Really cool helmet. Almost don't want to take it off. So I can do this, and it doesn't wobble around on my head. It stops. Oh yeah, really good. Alright, let's hot glue this stuff in here. So you don't need much when you're hot gluing. Just kind of take your hot glue. I just like it to make a nice little circle. Some foams you don't even want to do that. Some foams the hot glue will melt. So you want to test your foam out. Make sure it's not that type of foam. And also test your glue out. Make sure your glue doesn't dry too quick, because that can also cause a problem in itself. Just push that in. This front piece, I'm going to just lift it out like this, because I want to do the middle first. So I'm going to probably do most of this off of camera, because I got to make sure that this gets a good bond. I got to use both hands. There we go, it's all put in. I even went over just the inside edges, the underneath edges, with some of this hot glue. Only because when you put it on, it pulls this this way. And there's no way around it. Eventually it will pull away. But it's, as long as there's a strip of hot glue here, it'll last a little bit longer as you take it on and off. Probably should put a little bit more right over here. This side is kind of struggling staying on. And then that's going to be done. And I'm going to put one real good final gloss coat on this, go over it, and check out the detail and stuff that needs to be done. But like I said, there's a lot of this stuff. For example, right here on the back, it's a different color gray than here, because I mixed this one. I mixed this in white to get this color, but I couldn't perfectly match the color again. And a part of the this paint just peeled off, and so I had to go over there and repaint it in two different spots. But I kind of dig it, because it looks like a little bit of weathering, like a dent, like the clone trooper had to go in and put his own paint on it. You know, all that little detail and stuff makes the helmet, I think, look way better, to me personally. There's a few spots underneath here that I need to go take a good look at. But a lot of it, man, like I said before, it adds character. And it adds to just his helmet in general. You know, this is going to Naughty Mark, the winner of the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. And I've literally had a blast building this. I wanted to build this for myself. In fact, the shock trooper that I built was going to be this, but at the time I didn't know how to do the, for one, it had a bunch of airbrushing, and I didn't think I was ready to start airbrushing. Not only that, but I couldn't figure out how to do the green tinted eyes. And I knew, you know, right as I did the giveaway, I was like, somebody's going to pick that, I'm going to build it, and it's either going to turn out real cruddy, and it's going to somebody else other than myself. It's either going to turn out real cruddy, or it's going to turn out really good. And I'm either going to really badly want it and probably just have to build it again, or I'm going to be giving somebody just, you know, the first piece of mine that's just been pure crap, you know. And I honestly thought it was going to be the latter, but you know, he picked it, forced me to go get an airbrush, and I've been doing a lot of airbrushing practice. I'm working on fire now, so that's huge because of this, because of the dots on the side of the helmet and on the top of the helmet and there, you know, because of that stuff. I was forced to get an airbrush, and now I'm doing a whole bunch more with the airbrush. I'm doing an American flag stormtrooper build. I mean, so many things opened up by getting an airbrush, and I wouldn't have got it had I not been asked to build this. Not only that, but I went through and found a whole bunch of different clear tints, and I want to try a whole bunch of different colored clear tints. And this is a completely different way than I've done the visors and stuff recently. I mean, I do them way different than this. This is the first one that I've put in like this, with this material, and with hot glue and all that stuff. I usually tape them in because I always knew that I was going to get better, and I was going to find a better way to do it. And so all my helmets, I've taped in the visors, and you know, did it on a real flimsy piece of plastic that was see-through, tinted it with dark tint, and taped it all in. And now it's a lot better, you know, a lot better, more expensive tint. It's a full plastic, hard plastic, see-through visor. And this is the best one of mine that I've built to date that you can see through. I mean, you can look through the camera and see my finger on the other side here. You can't do that with any of my other ones. All of my other ones are so hard to look out of because the only clear plastic that I could find was already colored. Then I'd have to tint it black on top of that color, and it was just terrible. And I was always looking for a better way to do it, but from my area locally. And I found this, you know, this plastic comes from one of those poster things, you know, that you put a poster in. And it's a poster frame that has the acrylic on the outside. It's super thin. That's what this comes from. It's not expensive. It's only like a couple dollars. You get a huge thing of it. You know, got the colored tint. Super glued it in instead of taping it, so it's more permanent. And it's just way better. It's way better. Way more professional looking than anything I've done so far. So, still got a few things I got to work on, but because of Naughty Mark picking this exact helmet, I am now capable of doing so much more, and I'm ready to take on the challenge. And I want you guys to leave me a comment in the comments and tell me what you want to see me do next. I want to do something challenging, like challenging, because this to me, this helmet here, I'm so giddy, then I'm so impressed by myself, because not too long ago this would have been unfathomable. When I first started doing cosplay and stuff, I would have never thought of coming back and doing something like this, ever. And now, you know, I just want to do more with more colors and stuff. When I did that Boba Fett a while back, I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe it turned out the way that it did. Here's that Boba Fett, and I mean, it's a little bit dirty in the visor, and it got broke. But had I had an airbrush when doing this, it would have turned out so much better. This is all with regular spray paint, and then using brushes and stuff to do all the rest of this. So I want to redo this. And then you can see the padding. The way that I put padding in here is way different. It's just EVA foam. And then like I said, it's just real thin plastic that's tinted and just taped in here. So this was like one of the 5th or 6th helmets that I ever did. And I thought this was awesome when I got done with it. I was completely impressed by myself when this was done. And now that I'm using an airbrush and doing stuff right, man, I can't wait. This new season of Cosplay Thursdays, when we start doing it, it's going to be so much better. So now's your guys' chance. Get in there, leave a comment, and who knows, you guys may get a helmet for free. Because I think what I'm going to do is pick random people throughout the year when I'm working on a helmet. Somebody may suggest a helmet. You should build this one. And if I like it and I build it, you're not always going to get it for free. But sometimes I'm going to pick people randomly, random certain amount of videos or something, where I'll build something that's left from the comments, and then I'll get a hold of you and send it to you. It's that easy. It's that easy. No winner, no loser. Just no guessing of anything. Nobody picking a prize. I'll just pick something randomly. If it challenges me and I do a good job and I learn something while I'm doing it, and I can teach somebody something while I'm doing it, and I just have a ball doing it, just like I've had a ball with this clone trooper. I mean, if I have as much fun as I had with this, I may just give it to you. Because like I said, I'm running out of room on my shelf, and I still want to make stuff. So, anyways, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. This is the last of the maker videos. I may do some weathering, I'm not sure. I usually do one more thing before doing the final video, the final reveal video. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to do weathering, because I just like this how it is. I might do weathering, I might not. I don't know. I'll leave you guys guessing. And here in a couple days, we'll do the final reveal, full review of this 3D print, and I'll compare it to the Shock Trooper. We'll bust them both out, and we'll see you guys then. I'm Bryce Michael RC.